What's up, everybody? It's That Anime Show, which is kind of obvious because, you're downloading it from the website. Or
yeah, if you're listening to this and you
iTunes.
don't know what it is, I'd really like to know how you arrived here. Because
This
that's
isn't
gotta
going
be...
to help me expand my vocabulary? Actually, it might.
It might. Hey, it might. You'll certainly learn some curse words.
Only if you have a dick in the mouth.
Oh, he spoke.
Oh, he does speak, ladies and gentlemen.
Steven's here. Hey.
Steven's here.
How's it going?
And dick in the mouth is the first thing out of his mouth.
Yes, well, I mean, I got to get the dick
not
out
like
of
a
my
dick
mouth
out of your
to be able
mouth.
to talk.
But ba-boom, boom, boom.
I was so happy that you went there. I'm like, I hope Terri comes in with ta-dum, dum, dum.
I was a madrigal in junior high. Yeah, totally. I had to sing that in the show choir.
Dick in the mouth?
Lollipop,
lollipop.
la.
Dick in the
No,
mouth is
that
extra credit.
happened, but no, that didn't actually.
Dick
I
in
was
the mouth?
much too old by that time for most of those teachers.
After school activities.
After school. Extracurricular.
Yes.
Extra credit.
Curricula.
Curriculum.
So, as you know, Anthony Bowling was originally scheduled to
Fuck that
attend.
guy.
But his wife,
In the face.
curse him, his wife decided to be awesome and get in Dallas Comic-Con tickets. So he's like, I'm like, it's okay. Like, I can't be mad because...
Well, now I can give him shit, too, because, like, Nathan Fillion canceled
and
it
he's
last
like,
minute. I'm like,
and
having fun, Anthony?
And she paid extra to get a photo with him, and I'm like, oh, because he had to cancel for being sick, and he was very chill about it. Like, even posted on Twitter, like, "Dear Dallas, I'm sorry." And he was already going to have to rush anyway. I was even thinking about going with my friend Sarah, but only for Fillion. So I'm glad
I would go for Fillion.
I would do many things for Fillion.
Have you seen that? Was it Nick and whatever?
Brit and Nick. It's one of my favorite little online. They do a lot of random videos, but there's one called Pool Party, I think, and it's how everyone looks hot when they're covered in water. And they're like, no, seriously. And they like spray their dog and their dog becomes a supermodel. But when the three of them combine, the two guys and the dog, they make Nathan Fillion.
I have a friend of mine is probably there right now as we speak. The guy I work out with, his name Bruno. It's a dear friend of mine.
Bruno, that's a cool
He's
name.
such a nerd. How big of a nerd is he, though? It's like he works out the way he does, and he's a built motherfucker because he's a dragon. He grew up watching Dragon Ball. So, like,
So he's got pictures on his wall, like,
he fucking does. That's the brilliant thing about it. And, like, he and all the other guys I work out with, they all grew up on Dragon Ball. So I'm like, oh my God, holy shit, these guys. And it's like,
did you tell them that you...
Oh, yeah. They think it's amazing. That's why I have workout buddies now. I used to work out by myself, and when they found out that I was
You couldn't make friends
involved,
on your own. You had to be like, guess what I'd do?
Did you sad work out? Did you cry while you were working
I did
out?
no. I would always work out
Boom,
alone
boom,
and just
boom,
like
boom.
be that guy that's like yep, nope, I'm doing this. Don't fuck with me.
Yep.
I would have my earbuds in even if no music was playing because I didn't want anyone to engage with me.
That's me at the gym.
Because I'm just like I'm there to work out. But Bruno worked there as well. So he just met me one day and he was like we talked one day, and it came out that I worked for Funimation. He was like, "Oh yeah, the people that do Dragon Ball. Oh my God, like I grew up watching that. I love that stuff." I'm like, "Oh, actually, blah 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 blah." And he's like, "Holy shit!" And so then work got out, and it's been a couple of years ago now. Workout, but anyway, he is. It's funny watching them work out because they work out like they're going Super Saiyan. It's fucking hysterical. Like they're maxing out, and they turn.
Figured like the old,
they start
like-
glowing and they go blonde.
But
he's there now. He cosplays. He's cosplaying as Sub-Zero, which I thought was really cool because he looks really good. So I'm like, yeah. And he was like, you should come with us. You should totally come with us. And I had to kind of explain to him. I'm like, I don't really feel comfortable going to a comic convention because it's not that I think I'll get recognized because I wouldn't. At a comic convention, no one knows who the fuck I am, and there's the reason for that. Like an anime convention, there's a good chance I'll get recognized. Comic book convention, much broader. I'm a very, very small fish in a very big pond. So there's nothing to it.
the same way.
But I didn't want to run into any of the guests that are there that do know me, and then be like, "Why?"
Because there are friends of ours that are there, and be like, "Why are you there?
Why are you here? Why are you here? Like you should be like." It's just weird. It's a professional thing. Like they would feel like, "Oh, I'm sorry you didn't get invited, like me."
Like you're gonna,
and I'm like, whatever.
like you're gonna walk around and be like, "Must be nice that you're getting paid to be here."
Yeah. So I'm like, no, I don't want to do it. So, but I mean, he was gonna like Bruno was gonna like try to make a costume for me that I could like disguise myself.
I love when friends do that.
And I think I'm going to start doing that now. So just so people know, I may be going to every con ever. You just don't know which one I am.
Patrick Dillahanty. When I was in Vermont, I met him a couple years ago doing Animane, and he's one of the founders of Anime Boston, and it's of course one of his babies.
Anime Boston is fantastic.
And I think he's great. We can definitely nerd out about pretty much anything, Who stuff, Firefly, anything. But we were at BakuretsuCon, which I'm taking Stephen this year. He's so Vermont, woo!
Yes, Vermont in the fall.
But
okay.
Patrick and I were having a drink later because we both love cider. And he's like, I made sure to bring you cider too. And so I take a drink and he's like, you didn't recognize me at all today, did you? I'm like, what are you talking about? He's like, I was the wolf, like the really tall wolf that was making you really uncomfortable. I'm like, that was you son of a bitch. And he's like, yeah, I just kind of kept staring at you. I'm like, I know. I was just kind of like, someone needs to keep that wolf away from me. He's like, that was me. And like drank.
That's really funny. Yeah.
Like you're gonna go, do I know you or are you just creepy?
Yeah. I think I'm going to do this. I think I'm going to start, I'm going to get a whole, wardrobe of different cosplays, that will disguise me so I can go to these conventions and, it's, just hang out and have people, take pictures with me because the costume will be amazing. And then, only realize much later that they were actually getting a picture with me, if that even means anything to them. But I think it'd be kind of funny because I don't know, there's a number of costumes I could pull off because of my height.
Well, your build. You got a nice muscly build.
Oh, thank you. I work hard for that. I work out with Super Saiyans, so it's an incredible workout.
That's a quote.
But remind me to show you the picture of Bruno
as
a Sub-Zero. He's very pretty. I look at him and I give him shit all the time. I'm like, oh, Bruno, it's such a shame you're straight. Your talents are wasted on women. I'm just saying. No offense, my dear. I'm sure you would appreciate it.
I'm kidding.
No offense. Does this liquid smell funny?
I'm not gay or nothing, but I really like your ass.
I'm not gay or nothing, but I would suck your dick so hard.
Whoa.
What?
I would suck a dick, but I'm not knowing that.
That's how you diffuse a fight. I'm going to kick your ass. Oh, yeah, I'm going to suck your dick. I'm going to suck your dick so hard you're going to fall asleep.
How I met most of my boyfriends.
No, Steven and
This is why we don't let him talk very often.
No. We were having a stupid God damn it, we need to get to the store, stupid little married couple spat. We're like, God damn it, we're running so late. And we were just kind of quiet, just get to the fucking store. He's like, how am I responsible for the goddamn traffic? And we were getting so mad just because we needed to get shit done. But then this guy cut us off and got stuck because someone cut him off.
It was like that game of Tetris you're playing, and you're like, son of a bitch!
So he was just
where
there.
was this piece fucking 2 minutes ago?
And Steven and I just started yelling at him, spit flying onto the windshield, and the guy was getting so pissed,
oh my God.
hitting his middle fingers against the windshield, and Steven was like, I will suck your fucking dick! And the guy was just like, fuck you! And we just started laughing so hard.
Okay, a couple weekends ago, I traveled out to the Plano Richardson area, Plano Allen area, where my family lives, because my oldest nephew,
drumline thingy,
was having I guess drumline is not, as I've been told, not the correct term. There was this 3-hour-long percussion. Ensemble percussion recital or performance. I don't know what the fuck
and
you
you're
call
just
it.
getting your hearing back.
What? The headache just stopped.
Well, you're with me, so give it a second.
Yeah, I know. Well, that's a different headache. That's right. That's usually right here in the front.
Oh, well, that's nice.
But no. So my sister-in-law, I was like, well, what time do we need to be there? Because it was at this way. It's not associated with a particular school. It's a bunch of schools, different age groups, anywhere from
a division or something.
Yeah, and it's not like a championship thing. It's just all these people get together and and it's actually, I will say, for being 3 hours of percussion, it's fucking phenomenal. These kids are really talented, and they have a bunch of soloists that come on and will play something on the marimba, and the next soloist will play something on the steel drums, and it's just amazing. I'm always fascinated by watching someone who's really good at something do that thing. I could, whether it's painting or music or dancing.
Murder.
Murder.
You are really good at that.
No reason that can't be an art form. It's illegal as fuck and immoral, but it can be an art form. But to get there, Josh and I had to leave Arlington in the middle of rush hour traffic and take the tollway.
Which is pretty much any time in Arlington.
Anytime in Arlington, takes you at least 30 minutes just to find a fucking highway to get out of Arlington, because Arlington is so huge and sprawling, and all the fucking lights, you catch one red light, you will catch them all, and you get behind the fucking 800 people that decide they're going to go 20 miles under the speed limit because they just want to.
Or the tourists that are like, hey, the stadium.
So the whole time... And the thing is, like, we had to get there, like, at 6:30. So we left at 5. And I'm like, an hour and a half should be enough time to get there. And it was barely enough. We actually took us a little more than that because, once we found the place. But I was so pissed off from the traffic. And I mean, the whole time we're on the tollway. And I'm screaming at people like, why? If you'd all just... it's a fucking tollway. There's no lights or stop signs. And if there's no... I'm looking at my phone. There's no fucking accidents. If you'd all just go, we wouldn't have this fucking gridlock.
Go to your home. Are you
and I'm thinking, my God, I realized if I had like Magneto powers, I would just be like I would just raise all these cars up and just drive underneath them. But it was driving me crazy. So I was in a really foul mood by the time we got to this auditorium where the performance was going to be. And apparently, there's no assigned seating. They get your tickets and there's lines to get in, and everything's pretty much like, like cattle call. Like getting on a plane for Southwest.
Group 1A. I'm pretty sure that's all of us.
And my mom was texting me. She was there with my dad and my sister-in-law and my brother. And they're all like, are you here yet? I'm like, yeah, okay. Where are you in line? Well, we're up front, but they're not going to let you cut. I'm like, they're going to let me cut. And I get up there and I'm like, they're like, oh, do you want to cut? I'm like, yeah, just lift up the rope. I'm getting in front of you. And but these people are going to get mad. And this one guy got really mad. Yeah. Some parent, I'm sure, like he's seen some guy cut. But like, what is he going to do? Like, it's one guy cutting. It's not like I'm letting in like 80 people.
It's the school mentality. What are you going to do?
Yeah. And so I turned. I was so mad from traffic. And he was like, excuse me, sir. I don't really like. He said something along the lines of, I don't think my wife and I don't appreciate you cutting in line. And I turned to him and I was like, I'm going to try to say this and not be as big an asshole as I want to be right now. Don't know how that's going to work out, so bear with me. I just traveled an hour and a half to be here in rush hour fucking traffic. I'm cutting in line and there's nothing you can do about it. I'm terribly sorry. I would not recommend sitting next to me in there. and he was like, he just kind of like back down. I was like, this is going to be weird. I'm going to get into a fight.
Did you end with a laugh? Because that's important.
I did. I always end with a laugh when you do that. You have to. Yeah, you're absolutely right.
Like the One Piece laugh?
You have to sell it. Something like that. It's never like, it's more like it's my pissed off laugh. So it's kind of like, it's my like, so I'm going to cut in line and there is nothing you can do about it.
That's kind of hot.
And then I just kind of walk away. And my sister-in-law was like, that's amazing what you just did. And I'm like, shut up and give me my ticket.
Everybody gets one.
Yeah, everybody gets one.
Everybody gets one.
That was me. And I felt bad, but I mean, I kind of...
I wouldn't have.
But only for a minute, because the guy was like, I'm like, it's two people cutting in front of you, and like, we're clearly family and whatever, blah, 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 blah. And everyone's going to get... I mean, come on, they only have... Everyone's going to get their things. I will say, though, 3 hours for a percussion ensemble. It does... just to be perfectly fair to these kids, they were all really, really good. Having said that... After about an hour and a half, I don't care how amazing you are on the marimba.
The same thing.
All songs start sounding the same. On the marimba, you're like, okay, well that was it was fun though. But man, God, it was. I should have taken some Tylenol beforehand because it was loud. I feel so old.
Well, I even do that like with live bands now. I'm like, I remember being right by the fucking speakers, which was. I didn't know at the time, the dumbest place to be during a show and going, yeah, no, my hearing's fine. Oh, Zoe's here. And she's sleeping. She's staring at Tatum.
She's staring at me and slowly losing consciousness, which is great because she's like her eyes are doing that weird, like half open thing. She's so and she's got her head in that such way that like the one half of her snout, the lip is like crushed up against her face. So she's like, and now she's shifting, and she's gonna do the. Hang on, give her a second. She's gonna be like.
like, nope.
Nope. She looks so mad. I love this dog. I love this dog. She had a fit when I came in the door today.
She does that with everybody.
It's been it's especially bad with Tatum. When Tatum dog sit for us, remember, when we went to that wedding in San Angelo. And I'm like, how was she? And Tatum's like, oh, I took her on like 5 walks, and we like had smoked cigars and all this shit.
Oh my god, yeah. We play acted. I dressed her up. We had a fucking tea party.
That does not surprise me.
I totally did. I dressed her up as Catherine the Great.
Oh, so you found my costume?
Yeah, I did. It fit her like a glove. I'm surprised. You and Chloe are better. Or Zoe. I keep calling her Chloe. My late cat.
Her eyes opened up a little like, Chloe.
Sorry,
that?
darling. Chloe was my late cat.
No.
I had, well, not really my cat. It's the cat we used to take care of.
Oh, that's right.
The porch
that
cat,
actually happened the same
Walmart
weekend.
Creator.
Yeah.
This dog. I was so mad at dogs that weekend, and
it was a dog.
Zoe, it was a dog. Dogs got her. Some asshole neighbors. Their dogs got out, and the dogs were really vicious. Not the dog's fault. They're just doing what they do.
What pisses me off are the neighbors or the neighbors themselves. People that think like, I don't need a leash on my dog. It's not for fucking you.
Yeah,
it's not for you.
Not for you. It's to keep the dog from, say, killing your neighbor's cats.
Like that happened to Massey's dog. Somebody wasn't watching or like paying attention, and the dog, his neighbor's dog, had enough time to dig under and get to his dog, and like his dog had to have some major surgery.
Well, what happened? So our listeners know that my cat Angus, that everyone knows of, he's fine. He's an indoor cat. He's not ever let outside, so he is fine. We have 2 cats that hang out in our neighborhood that we feed and take to the vet and kind of see about. And they're our porch cats. They're not indoor cats because they're too feral. And plus Angus would not get along with them, and there'd be cat pee everywhere. Don't want that.
He like looks
not
through
a very
the screen
big house.
and is like, I'm in here.
Cat pee is so nasty.
Cat pee is designed to be, I think, one of the foulest smelling substances on earth.
It's so fucking nasty.
Like when I watch Labyrinth and they're in the bog of eternal stench, that's what I imagine it smells like. It's cat pee. You get that on you, you will stink forever.
It does look kind of like a cat box.
It does, doesn't it?
Yeah.
But Chloe was our porch cat. Everyone who came to the house knew her because she would be standing outside, and she was very chatty, very friendly, and she'd always be sitting out there. She was like guarding, and she kind of took care of the other. She took care of the other neighborhood cats that hung out. She would like kind of, meow, but she was very chatty, so she kind of talked to you, and we'd had her for, I guess she'd been hanging out at our house like 6-7 years, something like that. She was just part of the neighborhood, and our porch was her sleeping place, and the same weekend I had to watch Zoe. Some dogs got out. Yeah, she heard her name, so she's like, "What? Zoe." Yeah, you. But yeah, some dogs, some kind of big bruiser dogs got out of somebody's pen and went through the neighborhood and got a hold of Zoe and killed her, and that was very upsetting. Not the dog's fault. It's dogs doing what they do, but we buried her in the backyard, and as you do. I buried her with a cat toy. I didn't want her to be lonely or bored. I was like, well, she was a good cat. I miss her. It's weird. It's weird too because we still have Angus, and Angus is our pet. The other cats were just cats we took care of.
Yeah.
But it's like I walk out the door now to go to my car, and there's no Chloe there to meow at me. And it's weird. It's very disorienting. I can't. I'm still not used to it. It's really strange.
It's gonna take some time.
But we still have the other cat, Daphne. We have Daphne. She hangs out in the bushes.
And Daphne.
Daphne and Chloe.
Femme names.
Daphne and Chloe. That's from Greek mythology. Also one of my favorite pieces of music by Maurice Ravel.
I know.
Daphne and Chloe, the ballet, which is just gorgeous. You're like, I know.
I was just
Ravel's the guy that wrote, do you know Bolero?
It always makes me think of the Carole Lombard movie.
Yeah. Well, Ravel's known for that. Like,
sorry,
that's
it's a little old for you.
That's his Billboard, topper there. But he wrote a ballet. He wrote a lot of ballets, but he wrote one called Daphne and Chloe, which is just gorgeous. It's one of the most... That I can be in the worst mood and sit down and listen to Daphne and Chloe and be in like heaven. That music is just fucking gorgeous. It's the musical equivalent of intoxication. I've lost you both.
Mm-hmm.
I feel that way with Vivaldi. Like I was talking to you about that.
I'm so happy that you're getting into Vivaldi. I need to make good on my promise and find some other composers that were like contemporaries of his that I think you might like, because I have a bunch. I love that shit.
Yeah, all of his stuff makes me happy, and which is very rare. But yeah, it's
very rare.
Yeah.
Stephen is not a happy person.
No.
He's not an unhappy person. He's just emotionally vacant.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
Not really.
But yeah, it's
happiness it's a difficult place to get to.
It is.
You just made me think, like, when my mom's house burned down, like, as it was still on fire, like, this guy was already there. They're called fire chasers, just like ambulance chasers. But, so they listened to, and this guy came out, and I didn't know that my mom had done this big thing, where he was going to get her so much more than the insurance was going to get, and blah, 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 all this stuff, whatever. And because she's terrified, she's been screwed over so many times, she wanted me to kind of look at stuff. And even then I'm like, here's where I'm going to play. Like, I've dealt with a lot of lawyers, unfortunately, for my limited amount of years. I've dealt with a lot of fucking lawyers and a lot of fucking, I'm going to sue you just for
shyster bastards,
blah, blah, blah. But I'm like, I don't know about home shit. I don't know about insurance shit like that. So I'm like, I know who does, Stephen. So I had, this guy came out, and Stephen and I took off work and went and met her up, and this guy brought out this contractor, and I'm like, do you know why this contractor's here? And all this stuff. She's like, I don't know, but like, maybe we should do it because it sounds like, I'm like, he's a salesman. Of course it sounds good. If anything, I know about shitty salesmen. I worked at Guitar Center for 2 years.
Yes, they prey on the weak.
And he knows he was a salesman.
I was a bad
shitty salesman.
I worked in advertising, so that's like...
There you go. But it's the same kind of
Vatican of sales.
Yeah. But there was this... Okay, so it eventually got to where my mom just didn't know what to do. So Stephen kind of took it over, and... like, she was like, can we get a minute? And Stephen, being an awesome son-in-law, was like, what do you want me to do? She's like, I don't know. Maybe we should take it. He's like, your family, so I'm going to be straight up. I don't want you to do this. I feel like you're going to get screwed over. And she's like, well, I just don't know. And he's like, I got it. And so, it got to where... the guy was like, okay, well, we just need you to sign a couple more things. And my mom's like, and Stephen's like, she's not going to sign anything. This isn't going to happen. And what? And like trying to talk to my mom, and he like blocked my mom from, looking at him and him looking at her. He's like, no, like this isn't going to happen. What else?
I asked him what he did. Like I was like, so explain your services. And he did it for 30 minutes, like his whole spiel. I just allowed him to talk. I was just like, just kind of nodding, doing that whole thing. And then after he did his thing, and he was like, okay, well, so we need to do this, this, and this. And I was just like, well, as of now, talking with my mother-in-law and going over this contract, which. Here states that she has 3 days to cancel, and he was like, yeah, but it's already been past the 3 days. I was like, actually, she's got 2 hours left within this contract. As of now, you're fired. Get out of this house and don't ever come back. And he started pleading and, almost crying, saying, oh, well, you're making a huge mistake, and I brought this guy all the way from Austin. I was like, that sounds like a you problem. That's not a me problem. You didn't consult anybody about bringing this asshole up here, so that's a you and him problem. Get the fuck out before I call the cops. And so, yeah.
Well, it became no. The best part, because we were talking about like you not being like very like emotional all the time. It's the biggest thing. I think it's the most my mother's ever heard him speak. But you're like, are we okay? Because like honestly, it feels like you're personally attacking me. Like, are you angry? And Steven's like, no, I'm not angry. You know why? Because I have no emotions. I'm about logic, and logically, you need to get the fuck out.
Yep.
Like, oh my God. And so me and my brother were like in the garage just kind of listening, and my brother's like, what's going on? I'm like, just shut up, I want to hear this. Like, and my mom's just kind of like, I have no emotions, like making fun of him. It's like, that was awesome.
I love it. I want us to be like a team at some point. I want us to go. I want us to go. I want us to go like bad cop and worse cop. Like, because I'm the crazy one. I'm like the one. I'm full of emotion, but it's like it's turning on a dime. So one minute I'll be like, I hate you. I'm sorry.
You should be cry
Get the
cop.
fuck out of here.
The cry cop.
Yeah, I'll be schizoid cop, and you will be.
I'll
like,
be PMS cop.
and you'll be PMS cop, and you will be psychopath cop.
You're so busy because you're so busy.
You should leave.
You should leave now.
You should leave before Tatum's other personalities come out.
Who am I talking to right now? I don't know.
I don't even know. This one's new. Yeah, I love that though. I'm not gonna lie. There's something about. I used to hate confrontation. I used to hate confrontation when I was young because I was a bit of a puss. I didn't like, I was like, get my head down.
I just want to get it out there and just it not be a thing.
Yeah, I just want to deal with it. But now I feel like I need to do something because I feel like I'm beginning to like conflict too much. So I will be like, because I'm fucking good at it. I'm like, damn, I'm good at it. I only discovered how to intimidate people, recently. So, or I say recently, but in the past 10 years or so. And so now I'm like, oh yeah.
Maybe that's just getting older.
So I'll be in, I think so. I think this is what happens. You kind of be like, you know what? I fucking avoided conflict or confrontation all my life because I was afraid of the consequences. Now that I'm not afraid of the consequences, bring it, motherfucker. If I'm in a bad mood, I would leave the house. I'm like, somebody please piss me off. Somebody please piss me off.
I think what I love the most about it is, because I've been told several times, you're like, wow, I just never know what you're going to say. Like if I piss you off, I'm like, I don't know what I'm going to say. That's what's exciting is I don't know until you've said something for me to reply to. That's what I'm like, man, I said that. Fuck, I'm good.
Apparently, I've been told, and I was just told this last night by a dear friend who's like, you know what? You get away with saying some of the craziest shit to people, and they will listen to you because of the way you say it. Like if you said it in any other tone, but that pompous Tatum timbre that's your own, and it's my pattern of speed. We all know what I'm talking about.
No, yeah.
If you said the same words any other way, you'd get cock punched. But instead, people will laugh and just kind of absorb it. And I'm like, that's fuck. I never thought about that.
Would it be cock punched with the mouth?
No, that's a date.
Oh, okay.
We call that a date. Unless there's teeth involved, and then it's not a very good date.
Or surprisingly good.
I will suck your dick.
I will suck your dick so hard you'll just go to sleep. And you'll just want to cuddle and nap.
Or the insult where you don't know where to stop. I'm going to suck your dick. And then it's going to be like, wow, I really don't get this that often. You're going to be so amazed by it. And then I'm going to make you a pie. You don't even like blueberry, but you eat it. It turns out you fucking love it.
Yeah.
And then you have some homemade.
It's all these nice things that you're going to do to somebody who's trying to fight you.
And then I'm going to take you to that Greek place you've been wanting to try. And then.
and we're going to get a hookah.
Going to be a hookah. You don't know if you like it because you don't like cigarettes. It's not like cigarettes, but you know that now.
And eventually you're going to cry on my shoulder, and it's going to be awesome.
And it's going to be okay. You. And you know what?
And you're going to take me to your family reunion, and I'm going to tell off your asshole mother for you. I'm going to say all the things you've never been able to say about her.
And I'm going to make her write you back into the will. It's going to be the best 2-hour date of your life.
I was just mad because you cut me off, and now all of a sudden you're bringing my life back.
Hey, we could have met online. It could have been creepy.
I wanted to kill you because you cut me off.
Thanks, J-Date.
Now you made me a pie. I think I want to do that now. I think I'm gonna try to take this conflict thing to a whole other weird, abstract, surrealist level. And I'm not gonna have I'm gonna have baked goods just ready hand in the car. So if someone pisses me off and and there's someone gets out of their car and wants to say, I'm gonna get out of my car all tough and just hand them an eclair.
Why don't you just take a fucking eclair, take it and fucking enjoy it.
Eat it and fucking cry in your car. Sad eat in your fucking car.
But here's a napkin because it can get a little messy.
I think because that's a great way to kind of channel your anger because you're doing something you have to think about, and if you have to think about it, chances are it won't be as dumb. I've seen this happen once. I saw a guy in traffic next to me, pissed off at the guy behind him because I don't know what was going on because I missed everything leading up to it. But at the light, this motherfucker got out of his car and charged backwards to the car behind him that he was mad at with his fist out and started just punching the hood of this guy's car. Now, what the fuck is that about? Like, what are you doing? Are you really? First of all, you could, if you had half a brain cell to look at this car he was punching, this guy, the driver of this car, is not going to be aggrieved at whatever damage you do to the hood of his car because the car is already a piece of shit.
My Honda Accord.
Like, oh my God, my 1997 Saturn is, getting more dents on it.
Well, if it was a Saturn, it's a plastic car, so it would just bounce.
It's true.
Your hand actually flies away.
But this guy just was like punching it, and I'm like, you are fucking up the bones in your hand for very minimal results. And I just thought it was funny. I'm like, to lose your shit so much that you start doing shit that just makes you look like an idiot. Well, that's what I'm always self-conscious about.
It's very simian behavior to do that.
It's like showing of dominance.
Yeah, it's like pounding your fist on the ground and trying to charge somebody.
I guess so.
It's just very, very not like very.
I always pound my
shit. Or start like coming up with like weird, like someone's in your face and you're like, why did I time travel to 2013?
Like, this is why I fucking hate.
And go, look, I haven't been on this planet for very long. Very much not liking it so far. Okay. Second, I have amnesty. No.
I have diplomatic immunity from the future.
Yes.
I'm just trying to sell Amway. I don't know.
Oh my God, how crazy would that be? That's a Doctor Who episode waiting to happen. Like, the villain is like Amway, and they're going back in time to like sell to people in the past. It's the only way to keep the pyramid scheme going. It's to just break new ground by time traveling.
They recruit two people. How is that a pyramid? Oh.
They could go back and fuck your life. You say no in the present, and then wake up the next morning only to find out that everyone in your family for 8 generations has been selling Amway, and you have no choice now. It's insidious. I love it.
Man, fans were right. Like, we go off on certain tangents.
It's really just like what happens all the time with us. This is just, it happens to be that the mics are on.
Yeah.
Do you want to take some questions? We have some nice questions.
Sure, we do have some nice questions. I also have some Joel McDonald questions, but he texted me them and I forgot to add them, so I will read them.
No.
Children.
The magic.
Children.
Calm down.
We're children.
Yes.
Then you're a pedophile. Shut you up.
Silence.
Get out of this house. Wait, it's your house.
And don't come back.
No more.
So we have some questions?
We have some questions. Do you want to start or shall I start?
As you hold them, should you? So?
I'm trying to find. Do I want to read them in order or do I want to?
You should read the questions and like take a word from one question and add it to something else in another question.
Oh my God, I'm gonna now read the first word in every question.
Yes,
just to see what sentence we get.
It's gonna be like what?
Can have overmined this we throughout first. Hey.
Are you an ESL student?
Even then, that ESL student.
And then if every second word is you, the, what, year, also, my, of, was, guys. Also, my was, of, guys.
To save time on all these answers, I will answer only in consonants.
I think it'd be really funny if I just went down and we read all the questions by just going down the line. I'm like, okay, now I'm going to read the first word of everyone.
Thanks for submitting questions. We're going to
and then slowly, and just it'll be up to our listeners, our very industrious listeners, to just formulate, to put the questions.
Why do I have to drink more Ovaltine?
This fucking sucks.
All right, this is a good one. I like this one. Colleen asks, have you ever used sounds or recordings for quote-unquote evil, like a prank played on a coworker? Does anyone have any good sound engineer, like sound audiophile?
I have
or evil
tons
stories?
of files on my phone that I use for ringtones for people. Like,
such as? Can you give us an example?
Like who? Let me see. Who is this? Actually, the other one. And the other one is...
Whose ringtone is that? Is that me?
No, that's Ian.
Oh, that makes sense.
I made
What's
an
my
engineer.
ringtone?
Your ringtone... What is your ringtone? Let's see. I don't think it's you.
Is it? Oh, well, no, probably not. But
no, it's probably like some French music de Galactic. Like, Détruis mon cœur, bad dynasties.
Oh, Dynasties.
You can set ringtones for different people?
Probably not your phone.
Sure.
You can on my phone, but I've never bothered to do
Yeah,
it.
I still have a flip phone.
No, you don't.
I mean,
although it does look like an '80s television remote.
It looks like a tape cassette. Like from here, it looks like a weird blue tape cassette.
Now, for those of you who don't know, a tape cassette is something you could rewind with a pencil. Going woo!
You could also erase it with a magnet,
like a Chinese yo-yo.
Do you remember the computers that used to back up on tape?
Yes.
No.
Yes. Yes.
Yep.
We had them. The big old fucking DAT tapes.
Yeah.
Holy shit. They were like gigantic Atari cartridges.
Yep.
And you click them in place and it was like, boom.
You have to sync it up just right to have all the data back up on it.
Would you like to play a game?
Back in the day when it took 2 hours to download Centipede off the bulletin board system.
There's a human centipede version of Centipede.
There it is.
There is.
It's called Ass to Mouth.
You never go
ass to mouth to ass to mouth to ass to mouth. I'd like to be the first guy, please. I don't want to be
There was
this.
Keenan and Kel. No, not Keenan and Kel. Key and Peele.
I love them.
Sketch about that. They're like, yeah, no, you look so familiar because we were in the Human Centipede together. I'm like, oh yeah, that was rough. You were in the front. No, it wasn't. I was at the very end. You don't know.
That's how you get pink eye.
No, so to answer your question, Colleen, we didn't prank him, but we used a couple of files from a Heroic Age and sent them to Tatum, like of Joel and Tatum. Making it sound like Joel was.
We were having sex.
Giving Tatum a really awesome 2-hour date. But in that age voice.
2-hour shower. It was very creepy.
It was very golden.
Yeah, golden. Well, 60 golden minutes. They're all
It's
gold.
a long shower.
Very long. Oh, that'd be
My
120 minutes.
sunshine.
I don't have any. I know of a prank that someone did, and I will leave all the names out of it. But I will just say that the engineer engaged this person in conversation for in between takes throughout like an 8-hour, very long all day session, and so by the end of it, this engineer had a lot of material to draw from, and essentially reconstructed out of it this conversation that made it sound like this actress had been talking shit about someone else who in fact was a dear friend.
Oh no.
And that she did not feel any animosity towards at all, and then played this patched up, faux recording for the person when he came in, and it was like, why would she say that? And which is pretty fucking evil, but I mean they owned it immediately.
Yeah.
So there were no like terrifying
like, yeah, you should go talk to them.
No friendships ended over it. But yeah, no. Usually with me, it's not recordings. It's people just show me pictures of clowns while we record, and it scares, and so they can hear me screaming.
Yeah.
I have never done that. I don't.
Because you're a good person.
I don't understand. I was even like questioning putting the One Piece guys thing up there, but it's a zombie clown thing.
I'm not gonna lie, it makes me so uncomfortable, but I can kind of ignore it by just.
Because it's not like full on like
I'm not
traditional
really looking in this
clown.
direction.
It's not traditional clown.
It's close enough.
It's zombie clown.
It's close enough. It's
okay.
close enough.
But
it's not as bad.
The guy signed it. I love
attack.
it, so that's why I put it up.
I do love it.
I love the guys.
I've never used audio for evil, but the one of the recording studios I used to work at. The head engineer, anytime producers would come in to tour the studio, he would throw on. We had the huge like old time like Moog wall, whereas the patch bays and everything. He would set up a 15K test tone and just let that run. And most people can't really hear 15K as far as the frequency range. And you just walk in and it makes you feel uncomfortable. You can't figure out what it is. You start sweating. And you just get sick and you get a headache just by staying in there for so long because you can't hear it, but your brain picks it up and starts physically reacting toward it.
There are frequencies that do that.
Yeah,
the brown note.
That brown note.
I love that. I want to do that. I want to have a car that projects that sound every time I honk my horn, but in a concentrated form somehow, so that the effects of being exposed to this frequency for say 15-20 minutes is all condensed in like just a 2-second and so it's like it'd be like a sonic weapon. It's like I want I don't know,
we
it's
should
like something
make a
out of
sonic
Doom.
weapon.
should make a sonic weapon.
Yeah.
My voice
Exhibit
should be weaponized.
A clip from that anime show, which I'm sure we're all aware of.
Is it bizarre that I aspire to have my voice weaponized? Like the things in Dune where they're like...
I argue that that's already happened. But
oh, you're very sweet. or was that a shot? I don't know what was that.
Was a compliment to me.
See, you're both giving me conflicting data.
It was a shot in the face.
It was a date in the face.
A date in the face. A face
I will date you so hard.
That's what I get for cutting you off in traffic.
Face Date, the new social site.
Someone hits you and you get out of your car ready to yell at them. You know what? This is going to be a funny story that we tell our grandkids later. You fucking dick. Now who wants a praline?
Your mom is a fucking awesome person. She did well in college.
She took a chance. She took a chance.
She raised
took
you
mod
well.
architecture, and which was no one wanted to take it. So you're like, "Why are you doing this? It's going to be 7 years, no money." But she did it anyway, and that was fucking
Just
brilliant of
start
her.
doing rant like your mom wears pants and that's okay.
Look at you wearing pants. Next, you'll want to boat and learn how to drive.
You have tattoos and you're all right. I don't know. Okay. This from Ian. Let me see. What kind... Oh, crap. I cut it off. I'm a douche. I'm sorry, Ian.
Way to fucking go.
So he mentioned...
Sorry,
this
Ian.
isn't in here, but he mentioned that from previous chats that we've had that both of you guys are fans of metal. Yes.
Yeah.
So he asks, what kind of metal subgenres do you listen to, and can you name any bands you like? Cradle of Filth, Lamb of God, Pantera. Pantera is not.
Yeah, Pantera. Well, Pantera is very mainstream. I would consider it metal, but only just. But that's, I don't know. I don't hold it against any metal fan that would be like, no.
We don't like the same things. You should die.
I can't. Cradle of Filth. I used to listen to Cradle of Filth.
It always makes me think of IT
It
Crowd.
always makes. Yeah, Cradle of Filth. Yeah, was pretty hardcore shit.
See, I could never get into black metal like that.
I can't do it anymore. It was I used to go because the concerts were fucking amazing. Because the concerts, the music was just there, so you had a reason to mosh and beat the shit out of each other, which was a vital thing.
Do that at the grocery store.
Yeah. Once you realize you can do it pretty much anywhere.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I tend to like now as I'm kind of in my old age, softening up a bit. I find my taste moving more towards the kind of operatic metal. So like a band I really, really like is Blind Guardian. In fact, most people may know it from, there's those stupid like Flash games. There's like Unicorn Attack or something. There's a metal version of that same game, and that they
like
play a blind
Dream
Blind
Theater.
Guardian song. Yeah. But they have a really, really good album that I listen to working out all the time, and it's very weird. Like each song is like a minor symphony or like a tone poem, so they're very long, and they go through a bunch of different changes, and their voice, the guy's voice is really very Freddie Mercury like. Yeah. So I guess he's got quite a range, and he can go low and gravelly. I don't care for the stuff where they get down here like
you
this
don't like
anymore.
the Cookie Monster voice.
I don't like the Cookie
when
Monster
we worked
lawnmower.
at Red Blood Club, we would make fun of them all the time. Like all those
I just
metal
feel
bands.
like I guess I have respect for people that can do that, but after a while, I'm just kind of like, when I can't understand what you're saying, your words don't have much of an impact.
We would like to thank everyone. I'm like, for cookies.
I think Blind Guardian is one. I would count him as metal only because quite a bit of what he's done would count as metal. But I'm a huge fan of Mike Patton.
Mike Patton's awesome.
Mike Patton's fucking. He's a genius.
Yeah,
vocal genius.
Yeah,
I know of no one.
Tomahawk.
Oh God, Tomahawk. Fantomas is amazing. I love anything he's done, like his solo stuff too that he's done. There's just weird experimental shit. I'm like, his voice is incredible. I know of no voice. There's only one person whose voice gives me and whose range gives me the same chills in quite in a similar way, and that's Diamanda Gallis, who's old school stuff. That shit that's like it's not metal, but it's definitely informed by metal, I suppose. I don't know. It's kind of weird, but yeah. So Blind Guardian, Diamanda Gallis, Mike Patton.
I'm still kind of old in the metal realm, I guess, because I still like Sepultura.
That's good stuff.
Deicide, stuff like that.
Celtic Frost.
Never really got into them, but then you've got like fucking Morbid Angels. Pretty
Oh! Sorry, that was my first. Sorry, that just hit me. That hit me like a ton of bricks because who
am I talking to right now?
Morbid Angel was my very first concert.
Nice.
Yes, my very first concert. Oh my God, Morbid Angel.
I saw them with Death. And
oh no shit!
Yeah, that was
when
fucking. Do you remember Joe's Garage?
Yes.
Yeah,
that's where I saw them
at fucking Joe's Garage.
Oh my God, wouldn't it be hilarious if we're at the same concert?
Probably were.
Because oh my God, true story. This is the first time I used to hang out. I was the youngest one in this group of metalheads. And we were such rebels, all of us. But I was the youngest one by about 3 or 4 years, so I was the baby. And even though I was taller than most of them, I was very, very skinny at the time, so I was very lanky. I was the lanky goth kid.
Yeah.
Metalhead goth kid, it was like, whatever. Which is, I know, right? Mm-hmm. But all of the rest of the group, they gave me shit, of course, because I'm the runt. But whenever we'd go out in public, they were so incredibly protective of me that it was ridiculous. So the first time they'd like, we got to take you to a concert. We're going to take you to an actual show. And Morbid Angel's going to be in town. And they, like, one of my friends knew the people, like, knew Morbid Angel. So, like, he got backstage afterwards and, like, hung out with them. It was great. I wasn't even really old enough to drink, but you could go to these clubs and they'd give you this, the special wristband so that, the bouncer knows you shouldn't have a drink in your hand because you're wearing the blue wristband.
Yeah.
And we went to this concert, and it was one of my friends whose job it was. I had 2 friends on me all the time. One of them wanted to get in the mosh pit, then the other one stayed with me to make sure that I didn't get in trouble. It was just because I was fucking stupid and crazy, and I would get myself into ridiculous circumstances. And they'd be like, "Okay, Tatum, why did you just get yourself in this fight that you're not going to be able to finish? Now we have to step in." So they used to corral me. It was I was like Animal, but I was like a pussy version of Animal from the Muppets. So it was really funny. So I decided, I'm sitting there and I'm like, really want to mosh. Because it just looks like I've never done it before. I'm like, God, it looks amazing. I want to mosh. And because it's just this big fucking, swell of bodies just beating the shit out of each other and hair is flying. And I'm like, oh my God, well, I have all these piercings on. So I'm sitting next to my friend Dina, whose job it is to kind of watch me to make sure that I don't get in trouble or no one gives me any shit for being young. And because you wouldn't want to get on her bad side. Oh my God, Dina could fuck your shit up. And so, but she's not paying attention as I start taking off my jewelry because I'm going to because I'm watching, I'm studying this mosh pit, and I'm like, okay, if I go in there, I definitely don't want to have my rings on because that could be bad. So I'm like making these surmises, and so I start taking off my jewelry, and I turn to Dana, I'm like, hey Dana, she's like, what? And I just drop my jewelry in her beer. And then dive into the mosh pit. And she's like, oh, but she can't go after me. And her husband was in the mosh pit, and he was really holding his own quite well. And then I kind of winded my way through the sea of bodies to get to him, like the shoal of metalheads. And suddenly he and I are face to face, and he just kind of looks at me and is like, oh, what the fuck are you doing here? Just like the split second of like surprise, and then gets bulldozed by some guy. And I'm like, sorry, that's my bad. It was great. Oh, you just said Morbid Angels, and Morbid Angels just brought me back.
Yeah, Morbid
Dead
Angel.
Horse. Do you remember Dead Horse?
I remember Dead Horse.
We used to know them too.
Nice. Yeah, my friend Mike, his band Puncture was the one that
Mike T.
Yeah, do you remember Puncture? They're the ones
Mike T's
that,
a dear friend of ours.
Yeah, Mike's
they
awesome.
They opened for the Genitorturers.
Yeah.
Once upon a time, because I saw them.
They had a reunion a couple years back.
Yeah. Mike T's so awesome. He's
Hellions too?
Huh?
Hellions too?
Yeah, he's a guitar player for Hellions.
Oh man, this brings me back.
Yeah, and his Puncture was the reason that Joe's Garage got shut down, because they would bring in such a fucking young crowd, but it was also like such an S&M crowd. So it's just, their shows, you had to be 21 and up to enter.
Well, I didn't know. I'd never known of Mike because Mike's a little older.
Yeah,
but he's like super hardcore, amazing. But went to go see the reunion show for Puncture, and there were these women in S&M outfits, wearing dildos, and like there's a gimp and stuff. And I'm like, I didn't know this was happening, and clearly the other people in Fort Worth did not know either. What the fuck is happening?
It's awesome. Yeah, I met Mike working. He was running sound at the Tattoo Bar, where a couple of shows we played at, and we just clicked and hung out ever since.
That's fucking
But yeah, so I guess Morbid Angel's good.
Is I Wrestled a Bear Once metal?
I guess that would be like a subgenre.
Say the name again.
I Wrestled a Bear Once.
Yeah,
it's got a chick.
I don't know
singer.
them. Or
she's like,
that's completely new to me.
Insane. I'll have to let you listen to some of that.
Kitty's good.
Oh wow,
Kitty.
Blast from the past.
Yeah, then you've got like the Riot Girl stuff, like L7 and
yeah, L7. Yeah, I remember them.
You consider them metal?
I wouldn't really consider them metal.
I would consider them
rock.
more really thrash punk.
Thrash punk, yeah. But yeah, I guess now what influences me still is Skinny Puppy. I wouldn't really consider them metal, but
it's industrial metal.
It's industrial metal, yeah. Same with Ministry. I mean, that whole genre, Ministry, Pigface. Which is funny because Pigface is going on for like 20 years now, and there's not one original member because they rotate members every few years.
It's like a club.
Yeah, exactly. If you ever get into Pigface, then you've pretty much fucking made it.
Yeah.
And so
it's like the Gryffindor of metal.
Yeah, yeah.
I just totally nerded the fuck out just now. Sorry, I don't.
Yeah, so I guess I've progressed from metal to industrial now because you've got Einstürzenden den Neubauten.
Oh God, Strategies Against Architecture.
Yeah.
Fucking love that compendium.
Yeah, and you know they
some
I'm sorry, Steve, this happens. Steve and I get together and we're like suddenly it's like Wonder Twin powers activate. Form of shit you've never heard of.
Well, it's cutting to like you guys clearly that were wearing like the black shirt, long hair,
long hair, fucking jewelries,
dreadlocks.
I had hair down to my ass. I wore makeup. I was such a fucking
black fingernail polish.
Fuck yeah. And that was just in the morning.
But Neubauten draws a lot of their influence from Edgar Cage.
Yes.
Who I would classify as the originator of true industrial music back in the 30s.
They also draw a lot on Harry Parch, the avant-garde composer from the same era that would just go out and make these kind of sonic landscapes based on just the weirdest fuck. He would make his own instruments out of the bizarrest shit.
Yeah.
Like this is made out of antler and catgut and and it's a weird and it just like there's no sound.
That's what Sleepy Time Gorilla Museum does. They make their own fucking instruments.
I love them too. Why don't I listen to these people anymore? I do occasionally, but
you like a little bit of everything.
I do. It's interesting.
That's my main thing is I listen to a lot of different shit.
Sleepy Time Gorilla Museum.
You know what? Got into metal though.
It's really funny. I had that album, their album. Oh, what the fuck is it called? Their big one, their first one, first one that they've only had like 3 or 4 albums.
They don't. But
it was their first one, and Sleepy Time Gorilla Museum, and I just kind of found it at Tower Records when there used to be a Tower Records in downtown Dallas. It was not too far from where I worked at the time. And Tower Records was amazing because what I miss about going into a store and finding stuff is that you would go, and if they had a big enough selection, you wouldn't necessarily go in. You just kind of, I'm just going to browse, and you'd find the coolest shit just browsing, having no really directive in terms of what you're looking for. You just kind of go to a section and be like, what's this? Interesting. All right, well, let's give it a try. And you find some treasures that way. I found a lot of music just going to Tower Records and places like that. Tower Records just happened to be the biggest place in terms of like they had a whole sub basement of like weird classical that you would never find anywhere else, and I found like so many composers that I have since just love. But I had no shit. It's like bringing this full circle. I had and was listening to Sleepy Time Gorilla Museum in my car en route to my very first voice session with Bevins.
Nice.
At the old Funimation.
Nice.
Very first time.
Yeah, the first
I was
time.
so nervous. That's all I could do was just listen to this really heavy thrashing experimental metal and be like, okay, just fucking on the system. Like
The first time I saw Sleepy Time Gorilla Museum was what was that club? It was the same people who owned Rec Room. They opened up a second club.
Galaxy? The Door?
No, I think it was The Door.
The Door.
Yeah. They played there, and I was talking to one of my friends who happened to know people from early Funny back when Evan was there, and they showed up, and that's how I met some of the Funny people. Was at that show, but the intro of the show when the band came in reminded me of when I worked with Crash Worship. They started like a fucking drum line outside, and had the entire block, just walked around playing drums, and then came back inside to start the fucking show, and like this line of people just banging on shit, coming in.
That's fucking awesome. See, that's the thing about a really good metal band, and there's something about this genre, the really, really interesting stuff of metal.
Yeah.
They tend to draw upon a lot of performance. It's not just music. It's not just there. They're not just there. I'm like, because half the time, like, concerts piss me off. Most of the time, I go and I'm like, it's the sound quality is shit. I'm sharing a room with a bunch of smelly assholes when I could be at home just enjoying this music on my headphones.
Yeah.
But so if I'm going to go to a concert, man, you need to put on a show. It needs to be theater. I feel very strongly about that. And by and large, every time I go to a metal concert, if it's any of the bands we just talked about, they put on a show.
Yeah, it's a fucking performance.
It's part of the music.
Yeah.
Mike's still performing our little place, our little friend. So, no stop. Double Wide is a really good place to see random music.
Yeah,
too.
yeah.
That was a wonderful trip down memory lane. Thank you all.
Yes.
I appreciate that. Side of myself I don't
See,
get
it's
to
so
talk about
different
very
for
often.
me because, like the first concert I saw was like a Tejano concert. Because my mom really thought like me listening to a lot of Tejano would get me really into my culture, and it did. But then I started listening to everything. So, like, well, what did you listen to? I missed the memo where I was supposed to listen to one genre and not listen to everything else. Like, I love everything. But I never really had a metal friend or anything like that. Like, I'm really into a lot of punk.
Yeah.
But, like, I'm not really into metal. And, Steven, if we're on a road trip, I will listen to this if you listen to this.
Yeah.
It's that playoff. I'm like, all right.
Yeah.
When I
of this.
He's like, I want to listen to Ogre. I'm like, of course you do. I know you do. But
Ogre.
I don't. Like, there are certain songs that he loves that just because I have my hearing is off because my right ear, I'm a little deaf in my right ear. So sometimes the songs that he likes physically make me sick.
Yeah. I was, when I was working with Colleen, I'm not working with Colleen anymore. I'm working with Mike. I was, before the day would start, I would get in the booth and set everything up. And occasionally I would listen to music, setting sessions up and stuff. And I was playing Skinny Puppy, and she immediately opened the door, heard it, and just immediately left. She's like, nope. And just walked right out. Yeah, the first concert I ever went to was Aerosmith and Megadeth. And that was at Starplex.
Oh, is it? And Megadeth was talking a bunch of shit about Aerosmith.
Yeah, because Aerosmith got drunk the night before and was all hungover, and they still weren't able to really come out on time. And Dave Mustaine was just like, "Look, if you can't fucking handle your liquor, maybe you shouldn't be playing these shows. Since you guys have been around since the fucking 70s, you guys are fucking old. Maybe you should let the kids nowadays listen to stuff like us." And
now Megadeth.
And now Megadeth. Who?
Yeah. They're still good. I like them.
They don't have their own roller coaster at Disney.
It's true. Lawyered.
You want to take a break and come back?
Yeah.
Let's do.
Yeah.
All right.
All right, we're back.
We're back.
We are back.
Oh, you're drinking out of a...
Sarah got me my Black Butler, my lemon ginger tea out of my Sebastian cup. And I'm like, that's great. I did so well for so long not drinking with this in front of you. But
So what changed suddenly about today? That you thought,
Steven selected the cup.
Fuck him, I don't care. I'm going to make him watch me drink this out of my...
I don't think I made it any secret because, even as you were auditioning, I'm like, I love this show.
Oh, I know.
Which is so funny. Like, oh, you really like the show? I went to a little day-con with Alexis, and they're like, you really like the show? I'm like, yeah. And I was just happy to even, just fake cry or real cry in the show, but not me really cry. I love that show so much. I would have, it's the fan thing. I would have gladly done those voices for free, but I'm glad I didn't. I love that show so much. Love it so much.
I love that show too.
But yes, it's my little Seti cup in his little chibi Seti.
His little chibi Sebe, which is so adorable.
Tease.
Little chibi bass hair.
Oh, that's right. And Steven's drinking out of his Doctor Who cup.
And it's funny because he just made, like, he sipped it. It sounds like the TARDIS materializing. And that's what's happening on the mug. The TARDIS is slowly materializing.
You've seen that cup, right?
Yes, I have. I love it.
This was given to me by a actress as a good show because she finished a series.
It was like her first lead or something.
Yeah, it was her first lead. Can I talk about that one?
You can't talk about that show.
Okay. We just saw the trailer for it.
No, it wasn't that show. It was another booby show.
Oh. Okay.
Nope. Can't talk
I know
about
what I'm talking about because I'm amazing.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
She's amazeballs.
Go with you on that.
I know it's not. No, you're thinking of that one show with stuff. You're thinking about the one that he wrote.
No, a different one. It's the one the trailer that we recently saw.
No, it's not for that show. You're wrong.
I don't know what's happening.
She gave you
confused.
that for the show that he wrote, not for the show because she wasn't the lead in that. Someone else was.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, I
don't know. All these
voices
voices
they run together.
Yeah,
all you actors.
they do.
He doesn't pay attention to us. Who would?
I don't. I just hit 3 in spacebar.
Yeah, it's that simple because I do that from home. It doesn't look that fucking simple, man. I hit 3 in spacebar and for some reason it's still not recording. Did you hit record?
Like
oh god damn it!
That's why I get paid the big dollar to
the big dollar. I get paid in wooden nickels.
Well, like Ian and I were talking. We were talking recording stuff. I'm like, dude, you should listen to me. I make tens of dollars at this. Because I think there's this belief that we make like buku bucks doing what we do.
Shit.
We are in the artistic industry, so
Texas?
Which means the people that pay us expect, well, you love what you do, right? So you'd basically do it for free.
Yeah,
like,
and
what?
And according to the IRS, what we do is an expensive hobby. This is not considered.
The
real
IRS
work.
just looks at our tax returns and feels sorry for it.
Sucks to be you, dude.
You're like, oh, poor thing.
You fall into this tax bracket where you get taxed more than somebody that makes millions of dollars.
But you're following your dream. Good for you.
This guy at the gym that I work out with is kind of a new addition to the group. He's talking to me about voice acting and how he kind of wanted to do it. And he's kind of that guy where I'm kind of like, why? Why are you asking me this?
Why.
You just decided you want to be a voice actor because you met one? Really? Do you have any qualifications? And I'm just riding him hard because I'm like, why? That's why? Why the fuck why are you asking me this?
Do you see how miserable I am?
And he's like,
okay, we're not miserable.
Yeah, we're not.
You're miserable.
I just hate everything.
You hate everything all the time.
I do.
That's your job, though.
It is.
You're the hater. Well, but he asked me, he was like something, he's like, do you think, like, do voice actors break like 100,000 a year? I'm like, I'm like, what? I'm like, I haven't made that much money since I've been doing this.
In zoo dollars.
Like, yeah, maybe
money. I can buy a loaf of
$100,000 a year. That would be wow. That's fucking it amazes me like how people are like, no, it's decent money. I mean, it's enough to live on.
Maybe in California, but not here in Texas.
Well, also because video game work very different.
Yeah. Video game work pays very different because video games are a much larger industry, so they can afford it.
This isn't original animation that we're doing.
Yeah, no.
So
prelay stuff and video game stuff is always going to pay more because the industry is much bigger here domestically, and video games are fucking huge. I mean, video games are probably, at least financially speaking, they are now what film was in, say, the golden age of film. You know, when studios when Hollywood was built. It was just an incredible cash cow.
Actors were under hardcore
contracts. And the budget for video games is considerably lower than what they like their profits. Like just the ratio of I can spend $2 to make a video game and make $100,000.
Yeah.
There's also this. I was reading this, and I think a few of us, not us, but fellow actors shared this, and I think it was Nathan Fillion, who we were talking about earlier, of course, was talking to the lead of the Halo games, the chick lead or something, and it became, he's like, here's what sucks, is you're amazing, but you have no job security. Like, if you were to get fired tomorrow, someone would replace you, and that game would still be successful. I have job security. Like, not going like, fuck you, but he's like, that's what sucks about voice acting compared to that. So not only do we pay a lot in taxes, but there is no such thing as job security. I mean, hell.
Well, but I think Fillion was probably overstating it, because even if you are an on-camera actor, there is still no job security in the sense that your show
even more so.
Your show may be canceled.
Well, he's saying more so than voice acting.
Yeah, more so than voice. Yeah, that's fair. But it's also easier to, I think, voice work, if we're talking like, prelay and video game kind of stuff, or commercial voice work, which is much harder to get into, and a somewhat different ball of wax than anime dubbing. But that sort of career can be very lucrative for an actor, because you can do so much of it so quickly.
Oh yeah.
If you're an actor, an on-camera actor, and you land a big role, the money is quite good, but you have no time to do anything else. So you can't, so to speak, you can't really. So what you make up, what you lack as a voice actor, what you lack in job security, because you're not a visual presence in whatever property you're working on, you make up for the fact that, hey, I can do 2 hours of this session and cut across town and make just as much money doing 2 hours in another session. You can cast your net a lot wider as a voice actor. Yeah. You can also get more money, because the thing is, you're limited by how you look as an on-camera actor. So if you have a vocal, if you have
doing VO,
well, because you can explore your range more.
Oh yeah, I can play a 12-year-old boy on stage. Not
as a vocal, yeah. As a voiceover artist, if you have the vocal range, you can get more roles that you would not be able to. You can convincingly portray someone who looks nothing like you. Vocally, but you wouldn't get to. No one would put you in front of a camera to play a 12-year-old boy, because you look nothing like a 12-year-old boy.
Thank you.
But you can sound like
one. I do my best. I'm
glad my wife does not look anything like a 12-year-old boy.
I'm glad that you're glad your wife looks nothing like a 12-year-old boy. It'd be very awkward if you'd have been like, yeah, no, I kind of wish she did that.
I don't know. Let's
often.
do some questions.
Some questions. Do you have some questions?
I have some questions via Twitter.
Because I think, I asked. I think we got like totally. We went off on a crazy spindle top tangent talking about metal.
Yes,
it's badass.
Right. Let's see.
Totally listening to Gorilla Time.
I know we talked about this. We talked about this at my birthday thing. How like I'm building up my bucket list and stuff like that, and it's some of the dumbest shit, but it's my list. Okay, so Lulu Leah or Lulu Lay. It's whatever. You asked an awesome question. So if I butchered your name, it's 28 Ashley 28. Okay. This past Easter, I traveled to Europe, which was on my bucket list. What's one cool thing on your bucket list you've done?
I'm sorry, could you read that again? I'm too busy staring at Stephen and playing with my nipples. No, I'm kidding. I heard you. What's one cool thing on my bucket list?
One cool thing that you've done.
That I've actually done. Ooh. I traveled all over Europe when I was a kid with my dad, and that was really cool. I didn't think of it as being something on my bucket list.
Yeah, I'm saying, yeah.
But now I can say, like, man, I'd love to fly through the Andes on a fucking, turboprop plane. I've done that. So I'm like, oh, never mind, I can check that off. I did that when I was 14.
Love to do it again and be, like, aware of how awesome.
I would like to go back and revisit that, but I guess that doesn't count because I haven't done it yet. Let's see. Something I've done on my bucket list. Got to meet a Doctor Who actor.
There you go.
Twice I've got to meet Captain.
An actor. Have you met a doctor?
Not met a doctor yet. That's on my bucket list, and that's that I've not done. But I've also wanted to meet like just recurring cast members.
Yes.
Two beautiful ones, Alex Kingston and the very lovely and irascible John Barrowman. So that made me very happy. So that was on my bucket list, and I got to do that. So yeah.
You think?
I don't know. I haven't really made a bucket list. Because, I'm not really going to die.
He doesn't care for buckets.
But I think if
you were to write something.
Yeah, if I were to write something down, I have been asked in the past to go to a Native American ritual called the Sundance. And that was a very uplifting experience. It was 2 weeks in the mountains in northern Colorado, almost on the Utah border. And it was just nothing but a stream and a tent to live in.
That sounds horrible.
And it was awesome. So I would say that.
Knowing what I know now about myself, because I've been revisiting a lot of cartoons and stuff, I didn't realize it until I decided to be doing this on my own, like doing voiceover, I realized that this is what I've always wanted to do. Always. For some of you, it might be, really? Because you suck at it. Well, fuck you, I'm doing it. I actually did lose my shit a little when Dead Man was on Cartoon Network. I like to refer to myself as, like, in the industry, as kind of like a working, like, ensemble actor. I don't do a lot of huge things, but it was a big deal to me to have anything that I've done be heard on fucking television.
It's a great feeling. It's a great feeling.
I lost my shit. I kind of lost my shit. But, yeah, so that was one thing on my bucket list. My next thing is to be, like, a big featured character, which will happen if One Piece keeps going. It'll get to episode 248, and that'll be Frankie. But, no, so, yeah, we went through some of my things on my bucket list that I haven't done. Like, I want to wear, like, I want to have full Victorian garb and slap someone in the face. Now, why I have to be wearing that while I slap someone?
You filthy street rat.
It's the first thing you ever directed me in. Oh, you filthy street rat, how dare you? And then you made Anthony say that vulgar thing.
I didn't make him say it. He said it himself.
No, you were like, ooh, we should say this.
I don't remember it like that. I remember that being Anthony's call.
I'm sure I have it in my intern notes. This guy's fucked up. No. But yeah, no, so that would probably be, like, I know for some people it's not, like, a big deal, but for me it is because, like, knowing now, like, I'm obsessed with voice actors. Like, Keith David, Billy West, when I met Billy West, that was pretty fucking cool, too. And that he wasn't an asshole. I hate meeting people and going, you're a dick, god damn it.
Most of them turn out to be really, really sweet, because the truth is, if you're a dick, people don't hire you, so you don't get work. And no one, I mean, there are a few exceptions to that
England.
rule. But, but what has he done lately? Exactly.
Conventions.
I know, I'm proving your point. Not very well. Bastard.
Yeah, no, yeah, I've had a very interesting life. There's so many things I want to do, but there's something
like going back, like you think about more things that you've done and you're like, oh, that is pretty cool. I'm going to put that on the bucket list and go ahead and check it off.
I've always been really interested in the phrase by, there's a German philosopher named Arthur Schopenhauer, who was a very negative guy, but, he's kind of the influence. He was a heavy influence on Nietzsche and other the kind of existentialist.
Nietzsche.
But he did say something, and I'm butchering it. But the essence of it is, the point of life is to live one so that at the end of it you can look back and it looks like it plays like something someone wrote, rather than just the messy chaos that is most people's lives. You kind of look back and
think about it as a TV show.
You can go back. You can go back. At the end of your life, you can look behind your rearview mirror, and it's like reading a novel or watching a television show. It's just that
there have been some really shitty seasons.
And I've had some. Oh, there have been some shitty seasons, but I have this weird. I like to cultivate coincidences that pile up so much that they cease to become coincidences and become more meaningful. And my life has been filled with such coincidences all the time. Certain themes come back again and again.
But
you
don't know that at the time.
You never know it at the time. I've gotten more sensitive to it now, so they'll be like, "Oh my god, that song! Why is that song playing now at all times? Because that song meant something to me." Like, and it's so fucking weird.
I needed that song to come on.
People I meet and the way I meet them and the circumstances under which certain things happen, it's weird. It's very strange.
I think, The Office came to an end on Thursday.
Okay.
And there was, it was Andy, I think. It's like, I wish that you knew when it was happening that was the time of your life. Mm-hmm. I'm like, that's rather poignant to me. I like it.
I think it takes a great deal of imagination and talent to realize that you're in the middle of it right now.
Mm.
And I try to do that every day. I think it makes life very fun. It helps.
That's kind of awesome. I've got cool friends. I got a guy that puts up with my shit.
Got a pretty awesome setup here. You got, I've got a pretty awesome life. Even shit that's not perfect that I don't like feels like it's at least meaningful.
It'll be a good story later.
Yeah, it's at least meaningful. It's a good story later, or it's a good story now. It gives me
I can't wait to laugh about this.
Yeah, I can't wait to laugh. I can't wait to draw upon this in some heart-wrenching performance.
Just alone, think about all the fucking awful breakups or hookups that were ridiculously
Oh, that were just heartbreaking,
horrible
life-ending,
now.
Apocalyptic.
They're some of my best stories now.
God, yes.
My God, when we were first friends, I'm like, Jesus, my God, you should just stop dating, man.
Yeah, I was a big old whore.
Yeah. And then I put a ring on it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, let's see. This is interesting. I want to read. Okay.
Zoe's asleep.
This comes from Miss J.
What up, Miss G?
Okay, like we all know that sometimes while meeting while meeting your adoring public, some people can be a little bit or a lot bit,
I like
of a creeper. Since con season is getting majorly underway, could you all give some tips or advice to fans on how not to be a creeper when meeting you or other guests? That is a really good question.
That's a good question. It's a dangerous question.
It's a very dangerous question. I don't give a shit. I will answer it.
Don't come up to me and say, "Here's your dildo, sir."
Not again.
He already has one. He doesn't need another.
Yes.
I've got more Twitter questions. Now, of course, Tatum is the most experienced out of the three of us here. So he's definitely got a lot more that I'm like, ooh, that one too. For me, I think what I've found, it was something that Tatum made me think about before, like my first couple of big conventions. My first conventions, I think, should have been small, and they were small, which I tend to like smaller cons because they're more personal.
Yeah, they're more intimate. You have time to, you run into the same.
Not that I hate the big, you end up kind of hanging out with people all
You
weekend.
end up hanging out with the same people that come up to you, and so you end up making friends that way. I've made some of my best friends at the smaller cons. The big cons are so busy. It's hard to, you don't often run into the same person more than once.
Yeah. Well, so one negative thing that that you should think about now if you're going to approach me or any particular lady, judge whether or not, think about whether or not it's okay to hug someone beforehand, because it's not a big deal to men really, but I'm a busty gal. Mm-hmm. And so sometimes, even if you're not meaning to, and maybe, we've talked a few times online because I talk to everybody, ask if you can hug me, because I'm very, very terrified of the boob area.
Well, I think you should just do that regardless, whether it's a girl or a guy, someone with a bust. A fantastic bust like yourself.
Thanks.
Or someone who has mosquito bites. You should always ask before you hug, because it's space. It's about personal space, and and you need to. Oh, if
you
you're
have
going
tiny
to,
tits, I'm going to hug you.
If you're going to be, what are you bitching about? I think hugging is. I totally love hugs. I love getting hugs from people, but I want to. It means more to me if they actually stop a moment to ask beforehand and say, can I have a hug? I like.
He's a huge hug whore.
I love when they ask, "Can I have a hug?" and not "Can I give you a hug?" because it makes me feel like I'm giving them something, and that makes me feel special. That I'm, it's.
Otherwise, it's really weird when you say, "I'm giving you something."
Yeah, I'm giving you something right now.
It's called syphilis. Speaking of Nietzsche,
hug syphilis. Yeah, speaking of Nietzsche. But I think that the hugging, you should always ask politely if you can give someone a hug, and if they turn you down, you don't take it personally, because everyone has their own reasons for not wanting a hug, and it may not be because they don't like you. It's just a lot of
our friends have very much boundary things. A
lot of people are not huggy people, and you can't, and that's something I've learned. Sometimes I'm a little too huggy with people that are like, "Oh no, I'm not." Okay, sorry. So you just learn.
No, Sarah, she left for Korea. She's one of my best friends. You know her. Mm-hmm. She's like, so I won't see you for a year. Yeah, she hates hugs, so she just kind of went, later, and walked away. I'm like,
à plus tard.
She does not hug.
I think one of the things, it's hard to say. Everyone has their own idiosyncrasies. So some different people are annoyed by different things. Things annoy me that people do sometimes, but if I feel that they're doing it in earnest and they're not doing it to be annoying, then it's my job to just fucking roll with it. And
innocent.
And if it's completely innocent and I'm able to see that, I'm not going to let the person know that it annoys me. It's my job.
By the way, you're really annoying.
It's my job to just fucking roll with the punches and let them do it. And sometimes you have to, there's all sorts of things. If you're ever at a convention and you're made to feel awkward just for being yourself around someone who's being paid to be there, and meet you and sign autographs and stuff, that person's a dick.
Yeah.
They should never do that unless you're going above and beyond, unless you're like flirting with them or touching them or doing something really out of the way. That person's just being oversensitive, I think, the celebrity in question.
Yeah.
Having said that, one of my biggest pet peeves that people do is ask me how to become a voice actor. And I want to explain why that's so
We've talked about this.
annoying. Yeah. It's not that it's so hard to describe. I'm so conflicted about it because on the one hand, I realize this person is coming to me and they're asking me
put yourself
more
in their
than likely
position.
because they see as I have for whatever somehow made it look so much fun that I've inspired them to want to follow in our
never
footsteps.
Made it look like fun for me.
And well, you've never asked me.
I did it despite you.
But I think when it's a really loaded question when you come up to someone and ask them, a lot of voice actors are going to feel, well, let me break it down. When someone asks, the first thing you feel as a voice actor is, oh, well, that's really sweet of them. They're inspired by my work to follow in my footsteps.
I have never thought that.
But then you start, then you start thinking about it a little more, and then the more rational parts of your brain start kicking in, and you start thinking, did that person just pretend to like my stuff so they could shoulder up to me and say, do you question the compliment because they followed it up with, hey, can you help a guy out? It feels like it's kind of like, well, no, hey, I just paid you a compliment. That means you owe me some information. And it makes the compliment seem less genuine.
Just because you bought me a drink doesn't mean I'm going to fuck you, okay?
Well, precisely. It's also a question of it is really tiresome because we get asked that all the time. And you have to understand, most of us in this business never asked that question of anyone. We never went up to a voice actor and said, hey, how do we do this? We found our own way because that's how you do it.
I think about how you would ask any other, like a person in any other field that. I think and it would be how I answer it, which was, well, you have to be qualified.
You have to be qualified.
Like I wouldn't go up to, Neil deGrasse Tyson and be like, how do I become an astrophysicist? I know how to become one because I would go to school and I would do all this stuff. It's the same thing for us. It's just not as obvious because it's an entertainment field.
It's an entertainment field. And I think a lot of people also, please understand, and this is probably the harshest element of this, it puts a lot of pressure on a voice actor to tell someone good luck it's just it puts us in a weird position. Let's suppose you really want to be a voice actor because for whatever reason you really want to be a voice actor. Let's also suppose that you're just not very good. Most people that want to be voice actors aren't going to be very good. That's why not everyone is a voice actor.
Most people that try this fail. That was one of the first things my voiceover coach taught me.
And that's just the harsh reality. It doesn't mean that if you want to be a voice actor and you're not cut out to being a voice actor, that's life. It doesn't make you a bad person. There's probably many other things you can do far better than a voice actor can do at voice acting. You just have to find what those are, and it may take some time. But
have a stable income as well.
But stable income would be great. I remember those. I miss food,
but I'm so happy now.
But basically, when you ask, when you try to make an impression on a voice actor because you feel like this person is going to get me in the industry if they really like my voice, it puts a great deal of pressure on a voice actor. Like I have maybe a few moments with you if you come through my autograph line or you ask me a question at a panel, and if you want me to give you all the information you need to follow your dream in such a short span of time, that's simply an unrealistic expectation. And the most you're going to get is these huge blanket answers. And if you're not very good and you say, give me an example of your work, I suddenly, a complete stranger, you're a complete stranger to me. I now have to take on the emotional burden of telling you, honey, I'm so sorry, but you need a lot of work. And that's hard to do for anybody, especially someone you don't know.
Yeah.
So it's difficult. So please try not to put other voice actors or any professional in any industry in that similar position. If you want to do what they're doing, you find out how they did it and maybe follow in their footsteps at an extra. But don't just come to them and ask them, hey, can you give me your opinion on this? We're not coaches. We're not teachers. Some of us are in our spare time, but we make it very clear that, hey, I teach workshops, or I don't, but voice actors do. Some actors do. Then you can follow it. But it's a very, very delicate line, and it requires a very specific kind of etiquette.
And there's so many ways that so many people can take it the wrong way. And there was an incident not at the one-day library con that Alexis and I went to yesterday, which Alexis and I kind of like went ahead and answered it and like, okay, before questions and answers, let's talk about this. And it was a bunch of kids, and still a little girl still asked me, but I had been kind of talking to her, and it was a different way because it was a 10-year-old asking.
Sure, and a 10-year-old,
so it's different. She kind of even looked like me. I'm like, well, past Terri. Here's what you're going to do. You're going to listen to yourself, and you're just going to get better and better. Or you are going to be just an amazing whatever you end up becoming. But there was, I think I don't remember the con. It would be silly for me to mention it anyway. But there was someone that asked that, and I answered. And he went, that didn't really answer my question. And I went, actually, it did. And another thing about being a voice actor, it's the way he said it. It just kind of caught me on a shit moment, because it's not like I'm like, oh great, I have to answer this fucking question again. It's how do I answer it appropriately enough given the time that we have? Because also it seems like most of the people surrounding them really hate that question too. Like if they go to cons all the time. But
well, it gets boring after a while, and it's like, and it's one of those things where, one of my peeves, and it doesn't make me angry, but it's disappointing, is when you get asked the same questions that you have answered before.
And you've said that a lot in panels that you've done. Yeah,
and I've got to the point now where it's a good idea, and this works beautifully, and people respond to it. I say, if you have seen me answer the question that you want to ask on YouTube, don't ask that question. Use your time to ask a new question. You use that way. You still get FaceTime, but you're not just we're not revisiting stuff that you know.
Even reference the show sometimes.
All the time.
Oh, but what I was saying, there was a guy, and he just responded poorly to like, you have to be qualified. Like me, when I started, I was lucky enough to be called in randomly by Joel McDonald, who happened to be a fellow theater geek. But since then, I've schooled myself, and even then, I am nowhere near done teaching myself what I think I need to know.
Oh my God, I'm nowhere near done.
And I think the way I responded, I'm sure I said it bitchier than this, but it's like, okay, well, I understand that you took that the wrong way, but here's another thing about the industry is a good chunk of it is negativity. So if you can't handle that, you definitely shouldn't even try. And he's kind of like, all right, sit down. I think he left shortly after that. But it's like, it's a good chunk of the job. But mostly look up the qualifications yourself. I guarantee you. Google.
Yeah, Google's an awesome resource.
Yeah, it is. So that's my big thing. Is like, please don't ask a voice actor how to become a voice actor, because it's just not something they're going to be able to answer to your satisfaction. You're not going to get the answer that the question deserves from a voice actor in the space of a few moments. It's not going to happen. You have to find your own way into it. It's different than asking them how they got in the industry because you think it's an interesting story and you just want to hear it. That's different. That's a different thing. But to stand up and say, I want to be a voice actor, how would I go about doing it, is a very loaded and lazy question. Don't put your voice actor on the spot. I don't care who it is or how nice they are. Every single one of us hates that question with a passion.
Joel, who has become kind of infamous for when they have open auditions up at the studios, like he tweets both. Okay, he tweets a bit of the positive, mostly of the like, can you believe this fucking happened to me? Stories about auditions. And I love what he said this past time. It's like, this might have been your dream, but a dream is different than a goal. And I'm like, preach, dude. But again, I've been doing this for 5 years. You've been doing this for like 7, 8? Right?
9.
9.
Yeah, 9.
And then from a recording standpoint alone, you've noticed a lot of stuff too. You get asked that question even, don't you?
Yeah. I recently in my last biology class, I was.
You've been doing so good, not telling people where you work.
Yeah. I was in the halls, and it happened to be the same day that Joel was having the open auditions. One of my fellow classmates was saying that her brother had a audition for voice acting, and it was at this place that does all these cartoons and everything. And I was like, "Is it Funimation?" She was just like, "Oh my God, you work there?"
My God, I worked there.
I didn't even have to say anything. She automatically knew somehow. And,
Dragon Ball!
Yeah.
That's the first thing I hear. Dragon Ball!
And then
Dragon Ball? Oh my
she
God.
asked how he could get into voice acting and the recommendations. So I proceeded to tell her, that he should probably take some theater classes because he didn't have any experience whatsoever. She said that it's been his long-time dream to do this, yada, yada, yada. So, from a realistic point of view, I explained to her that it's probably not going to happen. That this market, especially in the Dallas area, is the largest voiceover market in the United States, aside from LA, and that it's the most competitive. And I think the second most competitive,
only to modeling.
Yeah, only to modeling. And I suggested, I was like, go in there, read it, have him read as much as he can, as well as he can. We're not looking for characters. We're looking for people who can fucking talk like normal people. And I don't know how his audition went. I didn't really talk to Joel about it. But, that would be my advice for anybody who wants to be a voice actor is to take acting classes, to be an actor and actually get that acting experience and know how to convert from stage the physical emotions of showing, or the physicality of showing the emotions, to expressing it in words only, because you have no way of expressing it physically in the booth.
So many theater actors, I think, bomb because they don't know how to elicit
you could be
emotion with their voice.
You could be the best voiceover actor in the world,
dynamics.
Best commercial actor, but once you get into the booth and try to match flaps, you can shit on yourself because it's just it's a whole different experience.
Have shit on myself.
But yeah, I mean, as far as what you were saying with going on about how you don't really care to have people ask you about that. A lot of the audio guys are kind of the opposite. They love when people come up and say,
Stephen will be doing one convention with me in November, so remember this.
Yeah. That they love conversing because it's such a technical craft that any kind of conversation between one engineer and the other, you can learn a new trick that will make it sound better, or that will make your job easier and go faster at what you do. So audio guys tend to communicate. Unless you're in California, most people will actually kind of give you some of the trade secrets on what to do, like what kind of EQ to add, or how far away from the mic you should be, routing techniques, stuff like that. They will talk your fucking ear off about it.
And that's different. I think that, and I'm glad you bring that up, because I think what annoys most voice actors about being asked the question of how do you become a voice actor, and do you have any tips for me, is if you're asking that question, you simply haven't done the research, and it's out there. I mean, it's not like voice acting. It's not like this industry is a secret cabal that you have to be inducted to only by a sponsorship program or something. It's bullshit. It's not like some secret school in the mountains of Andes.
It's out there. There are books on how to do it.
There's tons of books on it.
I just thought about something, but I know you have a point.
Well, but when it comes to audio engineering, it is a much more secretive industry because there
craft.
It's a secret craft. It's much more
crafty. It's so crafty.
It is. It's much more. It's much more handed down from person to person, master and pupil kind of apprenticeship.
It's kind of like tattooing.
There are schools you can go to, but they're very broad based. And the reality of the industry is not reflective of what you can find on your own.
I went to the Dallas Sound Lab, which is no more. They flooded out and they're shut down now. But I went there, and what I learned there was just the basic bare bones of what a compressor does, how to resolder a cable, how to mic something, just the basic bare bones of getting your foot in the door as an internship. Everything I like 95% of what I know now I learned from talking to other engineers, going to shows, just watching engineers, not even talking to them while they're working, and listening to the mix versus what they were doing and trying to piece together what they did, or going into the mix studios at Funimation and watching the mix guys work and just talking with people, and even working at Guitar Center, learning about the products that I was selling and how to use them and how they work greatly increased my fucking knowledge about audio. So going to audio school is not going to guarantee that you're going to be a fucking Grammy winner fucking audio engineer. It just gives you the basic bare bones to get an internship.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah. What I was saying, it's not going to make you a creeper to ask if, how to become a voice actor. If someone, let's say you hear this podcast, or if you've been to a convention and you've heard, when I'm at a convention, if someone asks, I'm not going to go, God, I hate this fucking question, because that would be really shitty of me. And I never think that. I'm just kind of, I wish that you had done your research in my head.
Yeah.
If someone asks that and you...
Oh, yeah, I'm going to answer it. But I'm going to answer it.
As a fellow con goer are in the audience, please do not boo that question. I've heard that, too.
Oh, yeah.
I'm like, well, come on. The balls that they had to ask.
Yeah,
like,
I don't... just because it's a bad question, it doesn't mean that it deserves to be catcalled.
Creeper, another creeper. Yeah, no, the hugs for me and personal space is another big one. I
don't particularly like it when, and this happens actually somewhat frequently, I don't like it when girls are overly flirtatious with me.
Do you feel like they're overly flirtatious, or like they're more flirtatious with you because you're gay?
I don't know.
Like,
I suspect some of the times perhaps so, but there's a difference between it, and it's such a fine line. There's just the innocent flirtation, which is like, oh my God, your voice is sexy. Oh my God, that's great. There's nothing about that I find creepy. I'm just like, thank you. That compliments me. I love it. And they say, oh my God, I want your babies. No one means that. They just say that because they're like, oh my God, I just love your voice. Blah 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 blah. But I've had the occasional person that really knows everything about me, knows that I'm gay, that I'm in a relationship of 12 years, and that, will still kind of act like, at some point during this con, I'm just going to change you. Like it, and I don't like that. I hate that. I hate that.
It's really disrespectful.
It's very disrespectful, and it's not that it's disrespectful to me so much as it's disrespectful to my partner.
They just want to hug you with their vagina.
Yeah. It's like the Beastmaster things, the Condor people that would. Oh. Do you remember that?
That happens to me too, though.
I think that
happens to me a lot with males.
Yeah, I think what most people can agree on is creepy is anything. If you are going over a line and trying to be overtly acting, if you're giving the voice actor or actress bedroom eyes, or if you are making comments to them that you would make to someone that you were trying to pick up in a club, don't do that. That is what's creepy.
There was again, I won't name the con, but the staff was on top of it. They're like, oh, look at my phone, nothing. I'm like, oh shit, we have to go. But there was a guy that's like, hey, that guy is flirting with you. Like, really? Because it seems like you are. And I flipped him my wedding finger. I'm like, well, it doesn't matter. And he went, well, your husband's not here, is he? And I'm like, you're insulting me right now, saying that because my husband's not here, I clearly have to fuck this guy.
Yeah.
I'm tired, sir.
I have girls stalk me at a con. Well, they'll just see me and they want to hang out. And I should say it's perfectly innocent. I mean, I'm not saying that they necessarily want anything out of it. They just want to hang out. But you have to understand something, that voice actors, we are on constantly. And just because you've met us in line and we've gotten your autograph and we've been very nice to you and you've been very nice to us, doesn't mean that we want to hang out. I mean, you have to understand, when we're at a con, we have to bide our time between so many different obligations that, if you want to sit there and tell us a 15-minute long story while we're en route to the bathroom or something, because the only bathroom break we're going to get, it makes everybody uncomfortable, or lunch or something. So I think it's important to just give them their space. Be polite, be kind. Just don't. Basically, it's the same old rule your mother and father taught you, probably, as they should have. If they didn't, then I'm going to tell you now. Anything that would creep you out to see someone else doing to you is going to creep someone else out if you're doing it. So don't. Treat them like normal people. Treat them like you would expect to be treated by somebody else. Mm-hmm. Which means if you would be annoyed, for example, I'm not saying that this annoys me, but if you would be annoyed by someone screaming in your ear constantly because they're just too excited, then try to control yourself and don't scream in someone else's ear.
Calm your panties.
If you wouldn't like someone just coming up to you and hugging you so violently that they break a rib, say, or they come running at you for that hug and nearly knock you over, don't do that. If someone, think about what you're about to say, and if hearing that yourself from someone else's mouth would make you feel uncomfortable, don't say it.
Don't do it.
Just be respectful, be kind. Don't
No, sir.
Don't act like, don't act like you're entitled to anything from us other than the time we have, the very short time we have together. It's just, the thing is, if you're able to ask that question, the chances are you're not going to be a creeper because you're self-conscious enough to steer clear of any situation that would come across awkwardly.
A lot of creepers.
I don't run into a lot of them either. They're actually very few and far between, and they largely are. Most of the creepers I run into are smartasses. They're doing it because they know it's creepy and they think it's funny. So they know what they're doing,
trolls.
and
trolls,
they're trolls, and they are rare. But it almost never happens when someone is being creepy without knowing they're being creepy.
At the end of the day, I'm at a con. Granted, I'm there as a guest, you're there as a con goer. I still consider myself a con goer because whenever I have free time, like I'm there for the con. Whenever I'm checking out the dealer's room, I'm going to other panels. I want to have fun just like you. So, if I can't go up to, a fellow con goer and give them a hug for absolutely no reason, I don't think you should either.
I agree.
I guess. But no.
Do you have other questions? You have
good
other questions?
question. I have Joel McDonald questions.
Oh, shit.
All right.
All hail Queen Joel.
All hail Queen Joel.
I saw the bees outside. They didn't kill me.
Yay.
No, you're alive.
Yet.
They wait till you get comfortable and your guard is down.
Yes.
They
one
right Zoe fucked with them, and Zoe will never do that again.
Yeah, she got chased by a bee and was really scared and started crying and hid under the bed.
Yeah, so there was a fly in the house yesterday, and she lost her shit because she thought that bee came back.
Yeah. So there was a bee that kept on dive bombing her, and it ended up getting in the house. And Zoe was just freaked the fuck out.
Oh.
I'm sorry. I'll never do it again. I promise.
Okay,
oh my God.
So Joel texted me some questions. He was very nice because I totally forgot. So he sent me. He's like, "When do you need these?" And then 3 minutes later, it's text. All right. So Stephen, these are all for you, of course.
Why?
Because Joel loves you.
All hail Joel, Queen. Joel.
There was originally Queen Monica. Queen Monica wasn't doing her fucking job.
She was a fucking prude and wasn't putting out.
Please make sure that everyone knows you're talking about your bees and not
bees.
the real Monica.
No, Monica. Monica was. We decided to name her Queen Monica because Monica actually invested in the bees with us, and she's like, "Cool, you can keep them though, right?"
Yes, and then
so Queen Monica didn't do her job, so we got
Queen Joel. Yeah, Queen Monica wasn't laying any eggs, so the hive was about to swarm and head out somewhere else. So I had to get another queen bee and decided to name her Queen Joel, who is now putting out like the nice little tramp that she is.
Queen Joel.
Oh, Queen Joel.
Joel's like, it's not really Joel, is it? Like, no, it's Joel. Okay, so if you could live for 1 year as any character from a Ben Affleck movie, why in God's name would you do that to yourself?
I think that being that, I've got all of Ben Affleck's movies. Yeah. And I've seen every single one of them.
Especially that one with the guy.
That one with the guy that did that one thing. I would do that just so I could eat a ham sandwich. With extra mayo.
Oh.
So a ham sandwich tastes better when you're Ben Affleck.
Yeah. But because it's much better to eat a ham sandwich than be driving down the highway and then all of a sudden your car turns into ham sandwich. Because then your brakes are mayo and you just run into the fucking median and, you're sitting there crying and eating your car because it's sad.
I think we've all been there.
I have just yesterday. In fact, my car.
The new Tesla model
into a
ham
sandwich.
Yeah. The new Tesla model is doing really well. It's surpassing a lot of the other.
It does not frequently turn into a ham sandwich.
No, it does not.
Even if you aren't Ben Affleck.
No, though Edison is trying.
Yes. Trying to make electricity, and you're looking like an asshole.
Drunk history, favorite episode.
Yes.
Okay, another Joel McDonald question. Which of your 4 chickens would you nominate for Secretary of the Interior and why?
I would nominate T-Rex.
I knew you were going to say that.
Because T-Rex needs to be the first one to get out of the coop because she is the fucking bitch of the flock. and will not shut the fuck up. So if she got into the Secretary of the Interior, she would be out of my hair.
Okay.
Very, politics.
Very good.
Yeah.
Peas and carrots. Rhubarb.
Yeah.
All right.
Dog food, baby food, dog food, baby food.
Dog food, baby food! All right. If you could be any flavor of ice cream, I don't know, some random second part of the question that doesn't make sense. Follow up. Yell genitals. I need a ringtone.
Genitals!
The dog was very concerned there. Like, what?
Oh, she's like, whose genitals? What's going on? Why? What?
Here, I'll give you another one, Joel.
Genitals.
Or all three of us on 3.
Genitals. Genitals.
Genitals. Genitorturers.
Torturers.
Hey.
Oh, wow.
And that's all the Joel McDonald questions?
Well, he
All
only
Joel
usually...
McDonald
Joel McDonald question.
I want ice cream now.
No.
I've got some persimmons. I could make some persimmon compote and put it on top of the ice cream.
Frozen Greek yogurt. She's good.
So we're hungry.
Yeah.
I found it.
Ah,
So
hi,
hungry.
Zoe.
I'm so leaving.
Do we have
right
any
now.
other questions?
Oh, yeah. Let's see. We have
I didn't separate them by lightning round or anything this time.
over the years, this comes from Clarence.
Hey,
Over
Clarence.
the years, as I meet new people, I've noticed that when breaking the ice, I have said some pretty stupid things. For example, when I first met one of my good friends, he said hi, and for some reason I said bye. This was one of my less embarrassing ones. There's far worse. But have you guys had any weird or awkward moments like that when you'd first met someone? I assume now as a good friend. If so, what did you say?
Huh.
I've had plenty of those moments.
All the fucking time.
Plenty of those. Most of
I'm
my
an
friends
idiot.
are my friends now because we shared some awkward experience in our early days.
I don't find it embarrassing. I used to get embarrassed all the time, and then like I really connected with my dad. He's like, I don't fucking care, own it. Like, Dad, that was really embarrassing. It was embarrassing for you. I don't give a shit. And I can be embarrassed, you know, but I can think of 2 instances, but like not where only one of which was good friend who's still a good friend, but my friend Malia, for some reason I'd seen, like, I was in college and I'd seen her around this one smoking area at TCC, because, you know, cigarette smoking should just be one area that won't concentrate the smoke. But I'd seen her around, and I finally just wanted to talk to her because she looked really cool. She had like the cool, like quirky, like vintage 70s jacket, and really just seems cool. So I walked up to her for some reason, and I'm like, "Do you have the microfilm?" And she kind of looked at me for a second. She went, "No, Natasha, that is tomorrow." And I'm like, "I'm Terry." And
That's actually pretty badass.
Yeah, so it wasn't embarrassing like it was for like my friend who was smoking with me. He's like, "What the fuck are you doing?" And embarrassing as like I don't think it was a good friend, but I saw this guy. I was at that freak show with you when we were just friends. We went to this freak show, traveling freak show, and I saw a guy that I thought was my friend Austin, and I was drunk. So I went up to him and basically attacked him like I would my friend Austin. And then I yelled at him for not being my friend Austin.
Poor guy. How dare he?
He left. You're not Austin. What the fuck, man? That's all I got right now. That I can think
I met someone. They were a good friend for a long time. Not anymore. But I met this person. Yeah, it happens. We just grew out of each other. But in the early days, when I first met this girl, we were at a party together, and I had no idea who she was. She had no idea who I was. She had been drinking, as you do. And I didn't even know who she was before this moment. I didn't even know she existed. She suddenly put an arm around me. She was huddled with a bunch of other people having a conversation. And then at some point she kind of broke formation and just kind of swooped around me, put her arm across my shoulder, and just kind of kissed me on the cheek, very wet and slobbery, and said, "I love you." And I kind of turned to her and I said, "Well, I love you too. Who are you?" And my saying, "Who are you?" apparently made her very angry, so she kidney punched me. and wouldn't stop, and like kept just wait. Like she was psychotic and was just started punching me. I found out later she was so drunk she thought I was someone else. that I won't say that her actions would have been warranted, but they're a little more understandable under the circumstances. Like, I wasn't some complete stranger who just said this to her. She's like, fuck you then, fuck you. It was like she thought I was someone else, and she thought, and it would, had I been this person,
it was just being
my response would have been very mean.
Yeah.
So
where's my child support?
She started just punching me, and got a couple of good kidney punches in there. And she's this tiny thing. I didn't want to like fight back because I'm like, I don't want to do that. Like, it's like, no. I was very quickly going to just throw my principles out the window and her with it. But like several people had to like pull her off of me because she got really weird and emotional and was like, ah! And then like they drug her off me, and I'm like, the fuck just happened? And then, I sat down, had a few more drinks, and kind of forgot about it. And then she came up to me a little later, and she's like, I am so sorry. Hi, nice to meet you. My name is blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, wow, okay. Well, and we then became very good friends for a long time. But that's probably one of the weirdest. I met someone by having a car wreck once. Actually dated that guy. He was cute. I'm like, hey, so let's exchange insurance information and telephone numbers.
That's important.
This can be one of those relationships that, begins in catastrophe.
And ends in such.
And ends in the same way. Bookended by terrible things.
Okay. Oh, I guess this could qualify as a lightning round. Oh, Tatum's gone.
Bye,
He's got
Tatum.
a Zoe.
Oh.
Oh. Okay, one more. This is from Brittany. Brittany says, Terry, I was browsing around on the internet and came across a t-shirt that made me think of you. It said, fluent in movie quotes and sarcasm. Thanks, Brittany. Mm-hmm. It's sarcasm, get it? If you guys could design your own shirt, what color would it be and what would it say?
Mine would be black or gray. Because
colors you can see.
Yeah, because I'm fucking colorblind. And
so angry about it.
It would just have a period on it.
A period?
Yeah, just a period.
Like the punctuation?
Like the punctuation.
Or like menstruation?
Not the, yeah,
like uterus soup.
Not the uterus soup. Oh.
God. Well, if I wasn't gay, I am now.
I'd like to reaffirm stuff for you.
Yeah, I don't want to wear.
You are gay.
I don't want to wear uterus soup around on my shirt. That would just be weird.
They make bibs for that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they do. I think it's in the porn industry they make bibs for that.
Or lesbian vampires.
Isn't it like a dental dam?
Well, it is built by beavers. That's
Vaginas.
So,
I known as Big Brown Beaver.
What was the question? Oh, t-shirts.
T-shirt, color, and phrase. I'm assuming for you like a purple.
Purple. It'd be purple. Imagine that.
No, I know purple's one of, if not your favorite color.
Purple and, God, I don't know. What would the phrase be? The phrase would be, you wouldn't understand. Like, ellipses. Like, yeah, that's me. Because I'm a pompous ass. And that's the kind of thing like, you wouldn't understand. That would be me.
I don't know. For me, I'm a big fan of purple, but I've really gotten into teals. So why not a teal? Or,
Teal's a good color. Goes with purple, right? Wow.
There you go. It's like us. Not really.
You could see we could wear this shit together. I'll wear my purple shirt that says, you wouldn't understand, and you can wear your teal shirt that says, yeah, you would. He's just being a dick.
I love that you answered it for me. Typical Big Brother stuff. Like, oh no, here's what she'd say. It'd be really funny. We laugh. Okay, the end. But I'm right.
No, it's true. It's true.
I don't know what I'd say. Maybe like be stupid and say the bitch fell off, but have it on the front of the shirt.
If you can read this, the bitch fell off.
But on the front of the shirt.
Or something real awkward, like Steven said earlier, or something. Like, I think I want, like, if you can read this, the bitch turned into a ham sandwich. and I ate it.
Or like, are you staring at my boobs? Good. Thanks. I don't know. I don't know. Something sarcastic and meaningful only to me. And when people ask what it is, say, I don't want to explain it and just walk off like I do with all of my shirts.
Your mom is a very nice woman.
I will suck you to sleep.
I will suck you so hard you're just going to nap afterwards. You're going to sleep so hard after that.
Full circle, guys. With that, thank you for all the questions. Let me see. I did rebook Anthony Bowling already. He will be our July show. He will be July 20th. And remember Jade Saxton. It is pronounced Jade. Saxton will be on June 15th or 16th. Whatever Saturday that is. But yeah, Q. Yeah, and I already have a guest lined up for August, but you'll have to wait and see. And I guarantee you, whoever you guess, it's never going to be that person because it's just how I roll. All right. Any last words, thoughts? Genitals. Genitals.
Why do you always have to be the last one to say it?
I don't know. Genitals.
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 Shut up. Genitals.